Bringing things full circle, we come back to Group D to assess whether or not this group of Golden Star Warriors has what it takes to advance to the knockout round. To do just that, we welcome for the first time VTV's Hoang Duy Anh. Yuan, how are you doing?
Good morning. Nice to meet you. My pleasure to be a part in your show, and we are hoping that we will have a very interesting podcast right now.
Indeed. Yeah, indeed. Right now, an interesting podcast, and then hopefully a nice deep run into the knockout rounds for Vietnam. But there's been a little bit of a theme in this episode so far, and that's that the Southeast Asian sides have had some pretty big names missing, and that's no different for Vietnam. So unfortunately, we have to get started with who's not here. So who are some of the big names that are going to be missing from the tournament?
Unfortunately, we have to say that it's not a several, it's not a few. We are making fun of this. We can make a squad, an absent squad, who is
Mm-hmm.
not in Qatar right now. From the goalkeeper, Davalam is a big name.
Mm-hmm.
He's always the I mean unchangeable. Is a goalkeeper in a few years back. Defenders, we are not having Nguyen Hai, number three,
Yeah.
and also the captain. I mean, a great word for defenders,
Mm-hmm.
a very experienced man and veteran.
Yeah.
Okay, moving
And we're only
forward
in
to
the
the
defense.
yes, moving forward to the midfielders. Number 14, Hoang Duy. Hoang Duy is, a rising star in Vietnam squad recent years. He's a link big to connect the defenders and the striker.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and as a striker, we don't have Link, the best striker in Vietnam squad few years ago. And you see, from the goalkeeper to striker, we don't have the big name. And to me, they are force famous in an absent squad in Vietnam in Asian Cup 2023.
Yeah, it's like you say, if you just go down the spine of the team, especially the team that was in the final for AFF, all of those guys played such a massive role in that run to the final and putting up a really good fight against Thailand. So now you look at coming into a really difficult group here in the Asian Cup, which, just to remind folks really quickly, this group does consist of Japan, who I think are probably some of the favorites, Indonesia, and Iraq. So this is a really tough group. So with those names missing, who do you think are there players that are going to step up? I know at goalkeeper, and I'll leave this one to you. There is a very exciting name at goalkeeper that a lot of folks are excited about. So who else do you think is going to step up, or who do you think are the key players for this team?
With according to Mr. Philippe Troussier philosophy, actually there's no any famous and the most important players in his squad.
Okay.
He's trying to build a collective to teamwork,
Mm.
not to build any formation around one or two name. And actually, Vietnamese squad in these tournaments, we are a new age, new renovation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we have a lot of young players, and besides some experienced players. But to me, from my point of view, we don't have a big star in this tournament. But is a goalkeeper, we are having Nguyen Philip.
Mm-hmm.
Nguyen Philip, yes, he's successful to be a part of Vietnamese citizens. And in defenders, we are waiting for Duy Anh, number two. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
he's got some problem. He's still got some problem with the injury.
Mm-hmm.
And beside, we have Viet Anh, a defenders. Yes, defenders. He's playing for Hanoi Police right now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yes, is midfielders. We are waiting for the coming back from Quang Hai. Yes,
Oh, okay.
Quang Hai is, I think, he's a name we are expecting to have a good performance. Actually, in village, he's trying to get the performance as soon as possible, and I hope he will be shy in this tournament. And the striker is very tough to mention about a name, but we put our hope on Tuấn Hai.
Mm.
He played well in AFC Champions League against
Mm-hmm.
some Asian clubs, and
Mm-hmm.
he's having a good performance in Hanoi FC too. Yeah, there are a few names I can mention about you. Is this the Asian Cup 2023?
Yeah, I think one of the big names there, one of the interesting names, I think, is Quang Hai, because I think going into AFF and other tournaments, especially after the rainbow in the snow still lives on.
Yes.
Do you think does he need to have a good tournament right now to kind of get his status back up a little bit?
I definitely, I definitely hope so because before coming to Qatar, he had just done with a very big project engagement.
Okay.
Yes, so I think he's a very good mentality for him to play well because he needs to collect the fans, to collect the love from the fans after
Mm-hmm.
being absent and no playing games in Paul FC.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, when he going back to Vietnam, he have to challenge with many difficulties. And now, I think in the last 2 months, he's getting better. And I really hope, we can see not only media but also the fans, the supporters. We are expecting to have a best Quang Hai version like him before.
Yeah, I think it'll be needed because, as we've been saying, there are definitely some pieces missing from the midfield, and where the goals are going to come from is going to be a big question. So with that, second place would do it. Third might. What do you think are the chances in this group? Again, this might be the toughest group, in my opinion. I think this is one of the toughest groups in the tournament. What do you think are the chances of getting out of the group and into the knockout round?
To be straightforward, to be honest, and to be clarified, we don't have too much hope that
Okay.
Vietnam team can do. I mean, some numerous or can achieve anything because we know that our target, our goal before coming to Qatar is to get experience for young player because the most important tournaments to Vietnam teams is World Cup
Mm-hmm.
2026 qualification. We we have to get in the third round.
Mm.
And in this Asian Cup, we have a goal that we can qualify group, the group table. But before coming to Qatar, Philippe Chouzet, coach, he said that Indonesia is a enemy and is a competitive. We have to beat him because
Okay.
we try to get to be a part of one of the fourth, third places in group
Mm-hmm.
stage, and we have to minimize the goals away from Japan. Try to keep Iraq like we have done in Mini Stadium in World Cup qualification. As
Mm-hmm.
we must win Indonesia. And yes, the third place in the group stage is one of our goal.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it might do it. Like you say, third place could get through. We'll see a couple of the teams from third place make it, and yeah, it's always a big match when Indonesia and Vietnam face off. But I think there's a little bit more on this one, so that's a fun one. And I'll get you out of here. There was one question that came in. I almost said Twitter. I'm going to keep saying Twitter. It's still Twitter to me. Dili Amin is asking, which of the Southeast Asian teams do you think will go the furthest? So Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, or Vietnam, who do you think will progress the farthest?
Asia Cup is always a tough tournament for ASEAN national team. To be honest, Thailand is used to a big name in ASEAN, but in Thailand, World Elephant, right? The World Elephants, they have a new coach, EC.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the Japanese coach, and Malaysia. We sorry, but we never we don't want to underestimate, but because the Tigers they don't have the stable. They don't
Okay.
have stable. Yes, they have a good coach from Korea, but I don't know why because the Jordan Rutagim is a very big club in ASEAN in Asia as well. But
Mm-hmm.
when they play for the national team, we don't see a strong national team. I think the unity they have some problem between the
Mm-hmm.
local players and some naturalized players. And of course, Indonesia after being lost by Libya in in 2 matches, we don't see Indonesia is. I mean, Indonesia they don't have a chance because there's the same as the mutual problems between Indonesia and Malaysia. They have many from European
Mm.
players, but they don't have time to connect together.
Yeah. Okay.
And when I read the new in the article from Mula.com, as the local media they show that the unity, the mutual information is a collective. That is a problem, and if you don't, if you cannot solve that problem, you don't have a strong team. And I think if I have to pick one team, I pick Thailand.
Okay.
Although they don't have China tips, they don't have Tina Singlangda, and the latest news, uh, I Edakit, Ekanit,
Yeah. Ekanit.
yes,
Yeah.
Ekanit, he's supposed to be absent for the Asian Cup, but Thailand is always my favorite team in this Asian Cup, so I put
Yeah. Well,
Thailand.
they've got the pedigree. They've done it. I mean, we won't talk too much about the AFF final and what happened there,
We can
but
talk whole
obviously
day.
that obviously went pretty well for them. So yeah, I think that'll be the consensus is that Thailand's going to do it, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know.
Let's see,
I
let's see.
like a lot of the younger squads, but we'll talk again after the knockout round. But for now, thanks so much for taking the time.
My pleasure to be here.